Rahul, you are moderating the debate. If you start loving your own voice now and then, you will not let us speak. And this is what exactly is happening in the house.
आप जरा चुप रहो मैडम.
Ready? Sound. Take 7. Action.
Professor Sinha, you've been in the Rajya Sabha. Now, I was in Parliament all day today, and across political lines, including some in the BJP, felt that this is not how voluble the Vice President usually is. Whoever's in the chair is usually far more sober, says far lesser, doesn't take partisan views. That's been the position so far. Jagdeep Dhankar seems like an active participant in the political contest. Is that out of line, or do you think if the opposition is going to be as pugnacious and as aggressive, it's only inevitable that Jagdeep Dhankar defend himself and end up saying the kind of things that he is?
All those people who know Sri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, they know that he is a liberal democratic. He is one of the most learned personalities of this country.
Mast joke mara.
And being the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, his role is bipartisan. He does not favor any political party. His role is to rectify the destructive politics which opposition is doing. Whatever the name I propose and I consent, that name is being taken by the chairman. So I think the debate is very futile. If she thinks that her name should be corrected, there is one more chance. She can go to the Rajya Sabha Secretariat and can say that my name should be Jaya Bachchan or Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. So I think such objections are futile. The parliament is a forum to discuss the most vital issues country is facing or country outside the country which is concerned to the country facing. It is Bangladesh, the question of Bangladesh. It's a question of here Waqf vote. The third highest property after army and rail, Waqf vote has the highest property.
Okay. Yes. At that time it was Harivansh ji that she didn't want to be called Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, that she wanted to be called Jaya Bachchan. Now surely after that, that's the point that Jaya Bachchan makes. It's almost like you're rubbing it in through the tonality. Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. She said, "Bhai, nahi bolo meko Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, call me Jaya Bachchan." She's told you that. Now listen to what she's saying. Why try and rub it in? Why not be conciliatory at something as simple and basic as that?
And let me make it very clear to you. Often I'm told, oh, Sanju Verma personal ho jati hain. Aaj personal hongi danke ki chot par. I normally make data my weapon when I'm on debates as feisty as the ones that you conduct. But today, let me get personal. जब इल्जाम लगा ही है, तो खड़े उतरने की जरूरत है. I tell on your channel without any qualms whatsoever, Jaya Bachchan has forgotten that she is no longer Guddi, no longer Anamika, and Rajya Sabha is not her residence, which is named Pratiksha. Point number 2, Jaya Bachchan says she has 5 terms to her credit as a member of parliament. I want to ask Jaya Bachchan, apart from being Battani's Bagdimag and apart from having nuisance value, tell me 5 big private member bills that you have introduced, 5 big debates
Is
that you
this
have
not
been
getting
part of.
personal?
I did not interject you, shut up. I did not heckle you, shut up. Thank you.
No, but what's the point that you're making? No, but once again, Sanju
Okay.
Verma, you can say what you will,
Okay, I
but you
shut
must,
up.
no,
Can I
one
finish?
second, turn Juhi Singh's audio down. Sanju Verma, listen, you can most certainly finish, but you will answer my question. My question is, here is a lady who's, and you're a woman yourself, and anybody, man, woman, child, anybody. He says, I would like to be referred as Jaya Bachchan. I don't want to be referred to as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. She said this on day 1. It gets repeated multiple times.
I heard you.
That's offensive. That's not right. I mean, just be courteous.
Can I, Rahul, I noticed the other panelists, and I don't want to play victim card. You either give me time to speak or tell me Sanju Verma consume Fevicol and sit on my show. I will do that willingly. You did not interject anybody. The
Ma'am,
moment
answer
Sanju
my
Verma
question.
starts speaking,
Sanju Verma,
I will
answer my question,
Do not
please.
keep
Yes.
heckling me. I will answer. You asked a question, I have the patience to listen. I'm not here to listen to your version. I will give my answer. You can then interject me post that. Madam, Rajya Sabha has Rule 38, Rule 39, whereby you can undertake an affidavit and say
Okay, thank
officially
you for the
that I will be called Jaya Bachchan and not Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. I repeat, Rahul, Jaya Bachchan is a nuisance. She has done nothing.
Okay. I don't want this debate to go low. I want to raise the quality of the debate. Ashutosh, you've covered Parliament for a long time in your previous avatar as journalist. Parliament has processes, it has procedures. I can't get in if I don't have a pass. Ki aap meri shakal jante ho, let me go. It doesn't work like that. You need a proper pass to go in. And if your name is written as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, it's written as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. There's a process. Rather than playing the victim card, rather than making this about, oh, I don't like your tonality because you're being disparaging towards me, just go to the chair's office and get your name changed.
Rahul, first of all, let me congratulate my friend Rakesh Sinha for being so dignified, so poised, and so polite, forcefully putting his argument. And his argument was heard. When you are shouting at somebody, when heckling somebody, the whole purpose of the argument goes. And that's what exactly has happened in the parliament today. Jaya Bachchan wanted to be called as a Jaya Bachchan. It's a very simple request. Why the chair could not have allowed that? I just fail to understand. This shows there is a total breakdown of communication between the Treasury chair and the opposition. Nothing else. Nothing could be more dangerous for the democracy than the breakdown of communication, and that too between the chair and the parliamentarians. The whole episode could have been done in a more polite manner by just a smile or some joke cracked, like Harivansh ji has done it earlier. The same issue was there, but Harivansh ji was smiling. Jaya Bachchan also smiled, and the matter ended there. Today, when Jaya Bachchan said कि मैं माफी के साथ कहना चाहती हूं कि आप मुझे आपकी टोन पसंद नहीं आई. Look at the way chairman has reacted. He has gone on a different tangent. Okay. I know how to deal with this. You might be
Rakesh Sinha, this is an important point Ashutosh makes, that the job of the chair is to keep debate flowing in parliament. You want to just lubricate the conversation. And the way to do it is, okay, ma'am, you don't want to be called Jaya Bachchan. I suggest that you go, you meet the office, we'll get it changed. Till then, we'll call you Jaya Bachchan. That you do as courtesy. The moment, despite the lady saying she doesn't want to be called Jaya Bachchan, you keep calling her Jaya Bachchan. It's like you're wanting to rub the nose in. You're trying to, just making it very acrimonious between government and the treasury, between government and the opposition benches. Is this being done deliberately? Is the vice president trying to score political points rather than live up to the position that he currently holds? Is the vice president guilty of becoming a participant in the debate? He should just lubricate the debate, just as light touch as possible, rather than jumping in and becoming a full-fledged participant.
No, Vice President Mr. Dhankar adding and contributing in the debate in a manner so that the rupture which has been taking place in the parliament should be corrected. So I think his knowledge...
Why should the vice president sitting on the chair participate in the debate? I don't understand this. It's the job of MPs to debate. The vice president isn't a participant in the debate.
I'm coming... when Ashutosh's full name is something else, I don't want to call that name because he declared that he's Ashutosh. Parliament is not an informal gathering. It is a formal process. It is not the chairman who cultivates the name. The name comes from the secretariat. The question
no, I've understood this. You made this point. I'm now asking the second question. Is the vice president at this time seeming like a participant in the political debate in Rajya Sabha rather than the referee?
No, not at all. Not at all. If he is a knowledgeable person of the Constituent Assembly debate, if he knows the parliamentary proceedings, if he has read every earlier debate, and he is contributing in the process of debate, it is not partisan. If he is quoting the Constituent Assembly, if he is quoting some other convention, and he's starting a new convention,
vice presidents didn't do this.
That is
it's not like Venkaiah Naidu and the others were less knowledgeable. They never spoke as much.
No, you have right to compare between the two, but I find Mr. Dhankar is the most learned person. He's contributing in the parliamentary debate, not as a partisan.
Chal jhoota.
But in the process of debate,
okay, Ashutosh, each person has his own style. Just because Venkaiah Naidu didn't do it or somebody else in the past didn't do it, doesn't mean that Dhankar can't. There's nothing that stops him. He's trying to do things his own way. He's witty, he's funny, he is learned, he is well read. There's no doubt about it. And he's letting some of his knowledge come through.
See, Rahul, you are moderating the debate. If you start loving your own voice now and then, you will not let us speak. And this is what exactly is happening in the House. No disrespect to the Vice President. But I have seen how Venkaiah Naidu has been conducting themselves, how Bhairav Singh Shekhawat has conducted themselves in the same parliament. They command such a huge respect of the opposition. They used to command such huge respect. Why that respect is vanishing today? I think the chairman has to look within also, instead of blaming only to the parliamentarians. Jaya Bachchan is not a new parliamentarian. She has been in the parliament for the last 4 terms.
Sanju Verma, respond to Ashutosh. If the anchor, the moderator, the vice president or the chair of the Rajya Sabha seems to be in love with his own voice, wants to talk more than the MPs. I was in parliament all day and I know that many MPs were saying, "Arey, hame to bolne ka mauka hi nahi milta, wohi lage hue." They were saying this off camera, but that's a sentiment. Yes, Sanju Verma, respond to that.
Thank you. Let me say one thing. Ashutosh is right. The anchors cannot fall in love with their own voices. I can never hold Rahul Kanwal culpable of this because I think he's very fair. Of course, his colleague Rajdeep Sardesai has the bad habit of saying fader down. Put Sanju Verma's fader down. I will not allow her to do cross-talking. Rahul Kanwal thankfully does not suffer from that. Now let me come to the more important point. Do you remember, Rahul, barely a few months back, what happened? Kalyan Banerjee, a member of parliament, came out of parliament and he started mimicking in the most deplorable and despicable manner Jagdeep Dhankar. Do you remember the date? 20th December 2022, Rahul. I'm not going to ask you a GK question. Please bear with me, Juhi Singh. आपका time आएगा. 20th December 2022. I remember that speech of Mallikarjun Kharge. Rahul, can you please ask her to keep quiet? I don't wish to be rude, but I will not heckle her. I expect her to not get so rattled. Thank you. 20th December 2022.
Shut up on this panel.
Let us speak. No, one second. No, one second. I'll try and be as fair as I possibly can. Juhi Singh's fader goes down.
So I want to tell your audience, Rahul, the date was 20th December 2022. Mallikarjun Kharge had already taken over as the Congress president. And this is what he said on the floor of the Rajya Sabha. He said, अरे तुम्हारी पार्टी से तो एक कुत्ता भी नहीं लड़ा था देश के लिए, तुम्हारी पार्टी से तो एक कुत्ते ने भी देश के लिए जान नहीं दी, referring to the BJP.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Mr. Modi did not castigate him. He simply said, हमारे यहाँ कुत्तों की परंपरा से बातचीत नहीं होती है.
Okay, Juhi Singh, here's the thing. The Vice President of India, Jagdeep Dhankar, sits on a constitutional post. You may like his style, his mannerisms, or you may dislike them. But a constitutional post requires a certain maryada, a certain decency in how you approach it, and a certain respect, whether you like the person or not. It's a constitutional post. Are the opposition leaders not guilty of not providing the very bare minimum courtesy and respect to this chair of the Vice President of India?
Rahul, I've been a spokesperson for SP for 7 years and nobody's ever said shut up to me on a panel when I was not even talking. So I think Miss Verma owes me an apology.
समाजवादी पार्टी लीडर अखिलेश यादव इस रिपोर्टर्स डोंट बुलशिट. उसको जाकर सुनाइए नैतिकता का भाषण.
Okay, one second. Sanju Verma's fader goes down.
So you will say shut up to me. आप जरा चुप रहो, madam. So the chair, of course, requires certain respect, and the chair has certain responsibilities also. I think Jaya Bachchan ji has said 4 times that in that space of the parliament she's requesting to be addressed as Jaya Bachchan, not Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. Now, I'm not doing personality analysis of the present chairman or the past chairman or whether he's learned, whether he's witty. But if a member of parliament is making a request, I'm sure you can address her by that name. She's been addressed by that name earlier. That's all.
शाबाश बेटा, बहुत बढ़िया.
अब बताइए मैं क्या करूंगा?
एक बहुत सिंपल सी टिप आपके साथ शेयर करती हूँ. अपने हाथ को इस तरह से रखिए. इफ यू लुक एट दिस फ्रॉम योर साइड, आपका लेफ्ट हैंड आपको बी के जैसे दिखेगा और राइट हैंड आपको डी के जैसे दिखेगा. बी एंड डी. बी फॉर
थोड़ी मदद रखिए.
वे मैं थो तेरा मन पर